Hello, everyone, and welcome into today's episode of the Maple and Blossom podcast. Once again, I am one of your co hosts, Maple, and with me, as always, is the other co host, Blossom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
So, how are you doing today, Blossom?
I got the giggles. I do not know why.
Oh, I know.
I'm
It's
in a
because
good
you're a
mood, so I guess.
clown. It's because you're a clown.
No, I'm not a clown. Do I look like a clown? I forgot to put the big nose on today. Sorry.
Yeah, you
I
forgot
don't
the
have
big
my.
nose.
I can't be a clown. I can't wear clown shoes. I don't have a bottom half.
So, today we are on episode 27, and we're covering the anime Drugstore in Another World, The Slow Life of a Cheat Pharmacist. This was interesting.
Okay, so before we get into like the actual anime, I'm
Yeah.
going to point out that the anime, I can understand how this is what some people want,
Yeah.
where each
Yeah.
episode is just kind of its own little story. There's not too much overall connection with episode to episode or even throughout the whole thing. It's just this guy's pharmacist. He makes product depending on what's needed for that particular episode, and that's
Yeah.
kind of it.
Yeah.
So like if you just like, this is one of those perfect background animes where you just put it on in background and you not pay attention to it, because anytime you look at the screen you can enjoy the singular moment that is happening,
hmm
because nothing about this anime is
Carries on.
like overall. Wait,
Yeah.
what you say?
That carries over to like there's
Yeah,
nothing that
nothing really
is going to be
carries.
there for the next episode. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that you might like, I mean, the characters are just introduced one by one as well, so again, that's not really a big issue because they're only in the story when it pertains to them, and they're not like, oh, do you remember what happened in like episode 4? And they're talking about something in like episode 8. It's
Well, that's
like
just it.
there's nothing like that. So yeah, if you want we can jump. It was definitely one of the more difficult ones to get through, and I will let you guys know that I don't have this one ranked very high, but that's because just from, I like a rich overall or overarching story when it comes to my animes, and this didn't have that. And for me, that's why it's like I found it hard to kind of get through and write notes for this one. So, we can jump into it whenever you want. We can start episode 1.
Yeah. So I mean, episode 1 it starts off with the showing the main character Reggie, and he's working on a potion with Noella. And you kind of like hear a little voice call out asking if they're ready to open up the shop. And then we end up seeing Mina, who's the next girl, and she's a ghost girl. And she kind of appears and they end up starting their day opening up the shop. So as the shop opens, we end up seeing a guy called Alf who shows up and he's begging Reggie to allow him to sell his super potion, as he calls it, in his general store, and he's just basically almost like harassing him. The funny part is while he's doing it, the entire time Reggie's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. How many do you need? Yeah, yeah, okay." He's just like, "Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, yeah, that's fine, yeah." And then Alpha's just like oblivious and just keeps begging him to sell.
I
I got a kid on my way, and I got all this stuff, and please
And
help
also
me.
like the personal space thing, like he's just right in his face the whole time.
It's like that for a lot of the characters, like throughout this
Mm-hmm.
constantly. So yeah, so he decides he's like, yeah, go ahead, and he allows him to sell it at his general store, which is fine. So the next thing you see is you see him, Alf, kind of starting to sell the product, and all the townspeople are now like amazed by this because I guess normally the potions here taste bad,
Yeah,
but
but he
his are the
make
only ones
potion
that
that
taste
tastes
good.
good. Yes.
So it
Mhm.
becomes like this major thing where everyone like just can't get enough of these potions because they taste good.
So this is another problem I had is like they introduce like, oh, their shop is popular, and then like after this episode, you just never see anyone in the shop almost ever. And it's just like,
Yeah, like his shop. Yeah, because you
what?
see people like lined up down the block, like
Hmm.
waiting to pick up their prescriptions. But then, and I mean, to be fair, that's the other part that kind of irritated me a little bit about it because like you see a connection he has with Alf, and he allows Alf to sell his stuff at the general
Hmm.
store. But yet people are lined up outside his store, outside the pharmacist store to go there. So people are literally walking out of town to the edge of town because he says his pharmacy shop's on the edge of town. So they're leaving the center of town where they live, going all the way traveling to go to his store to pick up stuff. When Alf says sells the exact same thing in his shop in town, I'm like it's just in my head. I'm like I'm watching this initially. I'm like this doesn't even make any sense.
The only logic I can make is like, okay, well,
Cheaper.
Alfred, no, not only that maybe, but like Alfred's, like they ran out so quick, right? And they're like, okay, well, instead of getting deliveries, it's just easier if we just all go there, I guess.
It's possible. And I mean, Reggie also never sells what his potions are actually worth. So, I mean, I mean
So and
literally,
then, mm,
they say it all the time because even with Alf, like Mina says, like you undercharged him, right? And he was like, yeah, but I like helping him out because he was always good to me when I first started. So he's well aware that he's undercharging for his stuff.
so in the next scene, they run into Ferris and Zidil, and
Yeah,
they are two characters that just start dating, and Ferris is very obsessive and like possessive
yeah,
too of Zidil,
yeah,
but we kind of learned that it is because Ferris, like she's not been sleeping well,
yeah. She
and
has anxiety. From what we could
yeah.
see, she has anxiety and she's having difficulty sleeping.
Mhm. One thing that was showcased too that so Noara is a werewolf.
Yeah.
It's neat that she can completely turn into a wolf. I thought that was kind of cute. Like her wolf form is like just white wolf is a cute like character, or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
think she
they
utilizes it
split.
enough.
No, they split her classification a couple times. Because at one point they call her a werewolf, and then another point they call her like a demi-human beast type. So it's like
Hmm.
they go back and forth with what her actual character is.
So Zeta found like heard of course that he makes the potion and then was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
can you help me like make something to help Ferris?" And so he just makes her tea, just green tea,
they're just
basically.
regular herbal tea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And it helps her sleep. And it basically is a fixing this situation. And that's a big problem I also have with this anime is like, oh no, there's a problem. Oh, they fixed problem in like the next scene
well, he
for the
always
most
does.
parts.
He always does it where like even in this, he was like he asked him to make it. And he's like, "Well, it's gonna take a while." Like, "Oh, I don't know how long it's gonna take. It's gonna take me a while. Oh, I don't know." And every time he's always says the same thing. But then he's like, "Okay, come, come to my shop by nightfall. I'll have something." And it,
Or like they'll just do like a small time skip or it's like only a few days or something. And he's like,
yeah,
oh, I got it. Yeah.
there you go. I got it all done. But it's like most of the time, like everything is done like extremely quickly.
Mhm. So in the next, like near the end of the episode, he makes like this like deodorant thing to because there's a plant in the woods that smells bad, so it makes it smell better. And apparently everyone likes this product because they use it in in the bathrooms. So it's just like
Yeah,
it was just a quick thing that like near the end of the episode that I just it again it was just didn't really matter,
I
I
did
guess.
like. I okay. So the ending of this episode, I would have liked to have seen, to be honest, more of these moments where he's because this is one of the few times that it actually showcases him going out and actually foraging or gathering his herbs.
Mm,
And I would
mhm.
have liked to have seen more of this stuff because, especially when you get to the later episodes where it just seems like he magically just has everything he needs in his place, right? You never
Yeah,
actually see them going out and gathering anything. You never actually go out and see him doing anything like that. But yeah, so they're out foraging, and then there was that plant that smells bad, and then he kind of fixes it. Now, as a gift for helping the guy with his crazy girlfriend problem, we come to find out that he's actually a lord or the
mhm.
son of a nobility, and he's basically like, "Ah, I got a bunch of farmland here. You want to use it? Go ahead. You can use the fields."
Yeah, that
So
happens in episode 2.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, but it's just one of those things where, like I said, I wish they would have seen a little more of those moments where like he's actually tending the fields and he's actually going out and harvesting stuff rather than just time skipping and it's magically in his shop. I think it would have helped bridge things a little bit throughout this. But yeah, so then we jump into episode 2 where it
Where
shows
he
a bunch
makes
of kids.
dishes soap.
Yeah,
It's really like he makes that in the beginning, and then Annabelle
yeah,
comes and her henchmen arrive, right? And they're like kind of like the mercenary group of the town. They're like the
yeah.
town protectors, I guess. And they're
Supposed to
like,
be a
we
town
need
protector.
potion,
Yeah.
we need the potions, but we don't really have money, so like, can we
Please.
get them for free?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I like how she tries to act all tough, and her henchmen keep revealing that she's not really that tough. And she
Yeah.
starts getting like angry, like she's trying to be um, like authoritative, and then her henchmen are like, you know, that's not really how she acts. Like she's actually really nice and stuff like that, and like she just hates it because she's trying to like put on this air that she's like some strong mercenary girl, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think it's
And they
hilarious
keep
because like
referring to him as a god too, which I
I
thought
know.
was hilarious.
I know.
Medicine
The
god or
medicine
whatever
god.
yeah, the medicine god. Mm.
Yeah. So he agrees to give them the potions for half price because he really needs them. But then he's like, you know what? I'll just give them to you for free as long as you test my new product and promote it. And then he gets them all to test how easy the soap is at cleaning the dishes.
Yeah. So
And then
throughout this anime, oh sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
throughout this anime too, he is always doing that where like he's just giving away a lot of his product for
Yeah.
free, and I'm just like, well, how, it never really shows him ever like making money.
Oh no, no! It shows them a lot of times making money.
Well, oh yeah, yeah. Now that is yeah. Now that I think about it, it's like,
Yeah,
and so
I mean,
this
look at
next part is what you were referring to, where they went to the Alonso family farm, and that's
yeah.
where
Well, because they're gathering again, because you see them gathering, and then he notices, like, he mentions, like, too, like, he's having a difficult time finding the plants, right? Because they're harvesting kind of too quickly, if you will, more than what the ground is naturally producing. So then he sees seeds and comes up with the idea, like, hey, maybe we can plant our own.
well, no, he makes like a potion, or like he makes like a potion where he takes like the bad smelling plants, and he
Yeah.
makes like potion for to make like a bad smelling like thing. And this is the bandits stopped coming by because of it smells bad, I guess. And that's
Yeah,
the end
because
of that
what it
episode,
is,
really.
well, yeah, because when they go to the fields, he basically Alonzo tells them, or the Alonzo field, he basically tells him he's like, um, the fields are actually being ravaged. So like, no matter what we do, like we put a fence up, it doesn't matter. Like no matter what we do, nothing else works.
Hmm.
And then he kind of explains how he thinks it's actually a dog, like wild dogs that have been doing it. So then he
Mm.
remembers, he went back and was remembering how Noella had that reaction to the plant, and it comes up with that kind of spray though. kind of basically a repellent to kind of keep them away. Um, and then it kind of ends with Annabelle coming over at that point and asks for more potions. And the other two are basically like following along, saying that she's giving them to other people instead of keeping them for herself because they're having trouble with bandits. And it's getting to a point where the bandits are overrunning them to the point where they could lose their contract because they're not able to keep up with actually with the defense. So then that's when he comes up with, I don't know, like a bomb, if you will. I don't know. It's like a bottle.
Yeah.
He takes extremely strong peppers and he mixes it with alcohol to create this like burning sensation for the eyes whenever they smell it. This scene was a little bit hilarious because like each one of them take their own like stupid like, oh, let me just smell it. Oh, it can't be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all just start rolling around on the floor because they can't handle the smell. And then yeah, like you said, it ends with us seeing that the bandits are like running off in the distance, leaving the town. So then we jump into episode 3. This
Where he meets the
this was
lady
a
of the
ridiculous
dance.
episode. This was a ridiculous
Yeah.
episode.
So he meets with the head, like the queen, I guess.
The Lord.
Right?
It's like the Lord
Yeah.
of the land. So they're not quite the king and queen, but they're the ones who kind of rule over this particular city and the area around it.
Yeah. So apparently there's been like rumors about her like aging and getting like older. So
Yeah.
she basically asked Reiji to make her a basically makeup. They call it rejuvenation cream. It's basically makeup,
I don't know
right?
if it's makeup or like a moisturizer. It's something
Whatever.
to that extent. Yeah,
Yeah,
he calls it
exactly.
the ointment of rejuvenation.
Yeah. Uh, I don't have much more to say
There
about
really
that,
isn't much. Like
right?
he goes through, he makes it, she puts it on, and she kind of brags about how she's like glowing about it. Um,
Exactly.
and then you see the only other thing you see is you see like a young girl from the same kind of family, kind of glaring out from her door at the whole situation. Um, and then that's when she ends up showing up at the shop
Yeah.
now.
She shows up at the shop looking for a dove potion. Uh,
Yeah,
and he makes perfume to make her smell good.
to make her to make her like a more of an appealing overall kind of smell that's not like overbearing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do like it because I like his explanation to her as to why he wouldn't make her a love potion, and kind of like like what happens when this wears off. Like, what are you gonna do at
Right.
that point? Like, you just gonna keep forcing them to take a love potion? Like, like what
Mm-hmm.
kind of like what's your plan here, right? And I do like at the end where he says he's kind of as she's walking away, like I think she's just in love with the idea of being in love. She doesn't actually know how that looks, right? It's like that new kind of
Right.
young love, right?
Right.
So yeah, so then after this, she basically just comes back and starts hanging around the shop, essentially.
Yeah, apparently, her father's like, "Oh yeah, you can work there part-time, I guess." So
A
she's
few
like
days a
working
week.
there a few days a week,
Yeah,
right?
she's like, my mother said it's okay, my father says it's okay. He's like, yeah, but why didn't you ask me? Don't you think you should ask me? She's like, yeah, but my father
So
said it's okay.
so
It's hilarious.
this episode ends with it being like a very hot day, and he then comes by
Yeah,
looking for a way to stay cool, and he kind of makes like a cooling like solution, a cooling creamer, and that's
yeah,
kind
a
of how this
cooling
episode
gel.
ends. Again, I don't have a whole
It's
lot
not.
to like.
There literally isn't though. That's the thing.
There's that it's like that's exactly what happened. Like there's a
The
lot
only
of
other
the
thing you see
dialogue
is you
doesn't
see.
really exist. Like
No,
or the a lot of the other dialogue is really just filler. If that's a weird thing to say, but it's just like
well, that's it.
it
It's like
almost doesn't really like you could take out the dialogue and it realistically wouldn't change
it's just
too
banal chit chat.
much.
It's just like yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like anything.
It's like, oh, it's hot today, and then like they're just trying to find ways to stay cool before he makes the
Yeah,
creamer. Like that's kind of all that is happening.
yeah. Well, exactly. So Yeah, jump into episode 4. It starts
I
with
actually like
him.
this episode a lot. This might have been my favorite episode, I think, of the entire anime,
This one
except
was
for
one of my
maybe the last
favorites.
one. This one and the last one.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are. That last one, it's okay. But 5 was
Well,
okay. I liked
I
episode
like
5
the
too.
last one. I like the last one because the anime ended.
Yeah.
That's why I like that one.
Episode 6 wasn't too bad either. But yeah, so episode 4 starts with Noella. They're kind of out, and you kind of see them. It's almost like they're foraging again. And Noella jumps into a bush because she hears a noise, and she rushes off to play, and she ends up getting beaten up by a squirrel. So she gets attacked by a squirrel. The squirrel ends up kind of like passing out, if you will. Um, so Reggie goes over and kind of saves the squirrel, if you will, and kind of walks away. So they go home. They don't think anything of it. And then the next day, they see that the squirrel has come by to the place and has brought them some nuts as kind of like a way to say thank you to them. And then we kind of see this where it's like a daily thing now, where the squirrel just keeps coming by and bringing more and more of these nuts, kind of thing for Reggie. And they explain the nuts, and they're like an extremely tasty. Noella just keeps eating them left, right, and center like they're candy throughout the early parts of the episode. Um,
So after this, they go into town and they hear
yeah.
argument in one of like the restaurant shopping. So they go into the restaurant and they are realizing that like the shop is like this aristocrat guy named Fernando comes by and is like basically trying to close the shop, right? So like now he has to and now they are asking him to come up with a dish to help save like the restaurant, kind of. It's just like he's a
Well,
pharmacist. Like I just didn't.
technically they
This.
didn't. So technically no. So what ends up happening is they see Noella eating these nuts, and I can't remember the name of them.
I didn't write
But
them down either.
they explain
I
that
just call them nuts.
this particular they explain that it's actually an extremely rare and high quality ingredient.
Yeah,
And he
I was about to
explains
get to
how
that.
he remembers that there was a chef, a royal chef, that had used this to make a
I thought this was
legendary sauce
hilarious.
with it.
Like the little backstory about the chefu, like
Yeah,
looking all evil while he was drinking the sauce when he died.
yeah. So they explain, and he says, "Well, I can't really make it. Like it'd be really hard for me to make it because like he didn't like share the recipe. There's no like mention of it, right? So because of his high, I don't know, crafting skills, abilities, he's basically like, look, I'll go try to find some of these more of these, um, these nuts, and then I'll come up with a sauce, if you will. I'll come up with something for you." And they're like, okay, they agree. So he rushes off to go try to find more of the nuts, and they can't really find anything. So they offer like an offering to the squirrel, like it's like a squirrel god. They're offering this another potion for him. And it's one of those like the super rejuvenation potions. And then the next day, the squirrel comes by and there's like a massive amount. He just brings a massive amount of them. So then, yes, he ends up making the sauce. And then he ends up taking it back to the restaurant, and they start serving dishes with it. So the guy comes by again because he's wandering through town and he smells it. And he's like, "Where is this? Which shop has this? Who has this?" And he's like rushing around trying to find it. And he sees a location. I love it because he goes in initially trying to skip the line. Goes, "Hey, you get to the back of the line!" Like how they just kick him out. So he runs to the back of the line, and he tries the food with it, and he's just like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing! Like I can't stop eating. This is great." And then he goes through, and he's like, he basically grabs a hold of him, drags him into an alley, and he tries to buy the recipe because he's thinking in his head, he's like, okay, that chef couldn't have done it because if he knew how to do this, he would have already done it. It also means that the girl who cooks with him is also not the one who makes it. So he's like running through his head initially, trying to figure out who made it, and he determined it had to be Reggie. So he like grabs him and drags him. He's like, "I'll buy it." He's like, "I'll buy it from you for 500,000." He's like, no. And they go back and forth. He's like, 700,000. He keeps like trying to increase the pricing, and then he's like, "Just tell me a number. Just tell me a number." And he's like, "Oh, okay, sure, $1 trillion." He like comes up with a like ridiculous number, and yeah, Buddy like basically collapses. He's like, "Okay, here's more of your food." And they just give him more. It was weird. I like it because I like how they kept calling him Pierre.
His
He
name is
called him Pierre.
Fernando.
Yeah, they're like, "Pierre, I'm not gonna sell you this recipe. This is only for the Rabbit's Tavern." He's like, "But my name's Fernando." "Oh, what do you do with this Pierre
Well,
guy?"
I mean, he came in and he was all rude in the
Fernando.
beginning of the episode
Yeah,
anyway,
I know.
so it's like he deserved to be called wrong name.
Yeah. So yeah, so
And
that's
then
basically where that part ends, and then it
the
jumps to
ending
the
of the episode, Ferris comes by wanting to have kids, apparently.
yeah. She wants to have a baby with Zero. She wants to have his
Mhm.
baby, but they haven't been doing it lately.
Yeah, and so like Daisy goes and like has conversation, right, with
Yeah,
Zara, like, oh, you like, do you want to get married to her and stuff like that? And then he was like, yeah, I was thinking about the future and stuff like that. I forgot what drinks he makes here, but I know that Mina actually drinks it. And then after Annabelle shows up, I just
it's
said
like
it
an
gets weird.
aphrodisiac.
I don't,
Yeah, it's basically an aphrodisiac. Is what it is.
mm, yeah, I don't really, it was weird. It was definitely a weird episode at the ending anyway.
Yeah, well, Mina and Annabelle drink it, and then they get turned on. That's basically
Uh,
it. They all start
That's
hitting
why,
on
yeah.
Reggie.
Yeah, I love Mina. Mina Cat, the Ghost Girl, is hilarious. She's my favorite character, I think, of the entire
She
anime.
is one of my
But yeah,
favorite too.
that is how
But
this
yeah,
episode
it was just odd.
ends.
Yeah. So episode 5 starts with
Actually,
Reggie.
I like this episode 2.
Hmm.
So it's an okay episode. Like, it's the festival, right? And
Yeah,
the big event is the hunting event, right? So an elf girl comes to the shop, and she wants to like prove to her brother that she's a good good at
Hunter.
like hunter, right?
Yeah,
And she's um so they're helping her practice, and it's funny because like she can't really hit target, and that's because she's been practicing so much that her hands have like
blisters.
blisters and calluses
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So like she's struggling, and all the while like Noella is like, "Oh, Archie, like this is so much fun," and she just like hit the bullseye like all the time, and I
yeah.
thought that was hilarious. Mm.
Oh, it was hilarious. So he ends up giving her a potion to kind of like help with to fix her hand issues.
Mm-hmm.
Which it does help her improve her target hitting a little bit. She can actually like hit the targets, but not well. Um, so then he tries something where like, okay, well let's actually find what range you can hit a bullseye in consistently. And it's kind of discovered that she can't hit anything far away. She actually
And
has to
she
be at a closer distance.
and she can't really hit moving targets unless they're coming like right straight at her.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he's kind of like, okay, so you probably would be better with a short bow because it'll be easier for your hands. It'll be easier for you to handle than the larger one. Um, so they start practicing and they come up with a strategy. So the competition starts, and she kind of releases what his fix was, what he came up with, which was basically
A
a
powder to
lure.
attract beasts. Yeah.
Yep. So they would all
It,
actually run to her, so it would make it a close-up battle. So
mm-hmm.
she's now just firing. She's like, "No, it's working too well. It's too good."
So she
And
wins the
then
event and she breaks a new record. She got 89 kills, I think, or whatever she had to collect.
82.
She
It was
got,
like 82 kills, and then
yeah.
it was hilarious because her brother's record was 19. So
I did not catch that part. She just
yeah,
absolutely destroyed the record.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She absolutely just murders it.
Uh, and
Um,
again, afterwards, the elf girl, she like comes by and now she thinks she's in love with Reiji, right?
yeah, she runs off after winning the competition, saying
Mm-hmm.
throughout the whole thing while she was hunting, and then afterwards, like during the celebration process, she was like, he was the only thing on my mind. I kept thinking about his encouragement. I kept thinking about like his words, and I kept thinking about his advice and all this stuff. So then she runs over and she's like, "This must mean I'm in love with him. I actually think I'm in love with him." And it's like, what are we doing?
So the next
So
half
yeah,
of this episode is where Mina believes she is stuck in the house forever, and she has lived there like 100 years ago.
yeah,
And then they find like a secret passage like area under the house
yeah,
because he asks her if this house was being remodeled before, and she says, "Oh yeah, it was remodeled when the next owners of the house like come in here, right?" And
oh,
she believes she's like also like not really a she's like, "I'm not really a ghost, I'm just a guardian spirit of the house," and he's like, "Yeah, but that's what a ghost is."
basically a ghost.
Yeah. So they find her mother's brooch and they realize that that is what is keeping her there, which is neat because
Yeah,
now that she has the brooch, she's able
she
to
can
now
now
leave the
leave.
house.
Yeah,
I thought that was like really kind of neat little thing there.
yeah. So did I. I mean, I liked it because it was again it was a little bit. It offered a slight bit of backstory because we understood a little bit more about her mother and what her mother did. Um, because as you're going through, you can kind of see like she was kind of like a seamstress, right? Because you could see like um the fabric and then the
Fabric.
mannequin dolls. Yeah, so you kind of get a little bit more about her history, a little bit, which I did enjoy. Um, then of course the episode ends with another situation where Noella comes in and says her stomach hurts because she ate something randomly on on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And this was one of those ones where it's like you really, really understand just how childlike her character is, and the way that they
Mm-hmm.
overplay her childlike character, especially in this, because she like begs him to help her, saying, "I'll never do it again," and he goes, "Okay," and he gives her something for it, and then she immediately rushes out to go eat more food again off the side of the road. And she comes back in complaining again, this time saying that what she was eating was bitter. And she doesn't like bitter things. And then she like begs him, "Help me, please. Please help me, master. Help me, help me." And he's like, "Okay, fine, here." And then she's like, "Yes, I'm cured." And then immediately just rushes out. "Now I'm gonna go eat again." And then Nina kind of asks like what the medicine was, and he explains that he actually it's like a trick. He's like the more she doesn't listen, the more bitter the thing's gonna be. He's like, I basically made it so that those things are just become bitter as a way to punish her for not listening. It was actually hilarious.
And that's where that episode ends.
Yep, and then we jump off to episode 6 where we meet my second favorite character.
I like Paudada too. So
Yeah,
Noella
so do I.
broke a knife
With
after
her
Mina was like,
amazing
"Oh,
cooking skills.
yeah, I know how
I
much you
hate when
love
they do
the
this. I
I
really
know.
hate when animates do this. I hate it.
I know you
This is,
do.
you know what? This is gonna be my hot take this week. Show realistic cooking abilities. Like, my lord, I don't understand how you could watch somebody do hands in a smooth motion with cutting, and you immediately go, "Oh, knife in hand, chop, chop, chop." Like you're just slamming it down on the table. Like this is what people do. You just up in the air and slam it down. That's how you cut. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So yeah,
So
she's
they
doing
go
her block
they go
skills
into
and breaks the knife.
Mhm. So they go to town to try to find like new knife, and
Yeah.
they go into a shop. Oh, goodness. So this girl is just like she's kind of like sleeping, right? In like the middle of the day. Because
Yeah.
she's been up all
Well,
night trying to fix these gauntlets, and she runs like this shop.
yeah, so he runs in, he kind of looks around at the place. The place is completely, you can't notice anything in it because it's so dark and
So
it looks
dark.
so run down. Um, that he's having trouble. Like he's like, is anyone actually here? He's kind of like wandering around. He starts yelling like, you know, "Sumimasen!" Like, "Hello, anybody here?" And then like as he starts screaming, then that's when she like jumps up and she's like, "Could you stop yelling?" She's like, "I'm trying to sleep." And then yeah, she explains that she's been tasked with all of the city repairs. On top of, they've now also added in the mercenaries. So everyone's basically coming in to have them repaired stuff. And she's like, I just can't. I'm having trouble keeping up with everything. And she says that the hardest part is they keep coming with broken items, like the gauntlets, for example. And she's like, and the problem is, she's like, I can't get them to stick together. So like, no matter how hard I try to fuse them and hammer them, she's like, they just won't stick together. And she basically explains, she's like, this is the hard part because it takes me so long to go through all these things that I can't get to anything else. And she's like, no matter how much I try to get them to buy new things, they just keep saying they're too poor and they can't just fix it. So
So
he thinks,
he makes a magical glue, basically.
basically, so he applies it on and then it immediately holds together. Um, and then again, in true childlike fashion, Nuella gets the glue on her hands.
I didn't even want to put these in my notes because I was
Yep,
like,
they stick it together. Well, it's a
yeah.
little bit slightly important. So he sticks it together, and then she like touches his hand, and now they're stuck together. So now they gotta hold hands. Um,
And Mina
so
hates it, which is
well, and
hilarious.
Mina also points out, because what happens is Mina points out like, now you guys actually have to do everything together. Like you have to bath, you have to sleep in the same bed, like you have to do all these like really intimate things together. To which Noella's like, yeah, okay, sure, I don't care. Reggie's like, no, we're not doing this. So he like rushes to his office, and he ends up creating the anti-sticking agent, basically, a spray, and it ends up separating themselves, which is cool. So after this, Puella starts showing up after she's gotten sleep, or Paula, I should say,
I was like, is
and
it
she's
Paula?
completely cleaned
Yeah, okay.
herself up. Yeah, and she
Just making
completely
sure I got
cleans
it.
herself up to the
That
point
was
where he's like, "Who are
hilarious. He was
you?
like,
Who are
who? I
you?"
don't even know who this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who are you? So
So
then
she comes by
she started talking
wondering
about
why
her other
adventures.
complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like, adventures don't come to my shop. So Reiji like comes to help her, and he's like, yeah, well, it looks like you're never even open because of how dark and dirty like everything is. So he basically helps her clean up her shop essentially. And he makes this glossy finish polish for her items to make them look like newer. So like
yeah.
adventurers will come by and like buy their stuff. And then it's revealed at the end of the episode here, like that adventures don't come because this town is outside of is like out in the
It's
countryside,
in the
and there's
country.
no
Yeah,
shrines and there's no dungeons. So like, why have like a shop like this if you just know like your
I can understand like her focusing, like maybe having a little bit of gear, but mostly focusing on
like repairs and stuff
basic
like that.
town
That's
stuff,
fine.
knives,
Yeah. Hmm.
basic cooking knives. Like your basic repair stuff, like stuff that people of your town would actually use. But no, instead she begs the adventure. She begs Reggie to 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 build a dungeon so the adventurers show. Like I don't even know. Like, do they not understand like what he actually is and what he does? Like I highly doubt that him being a pharmacist really qualifies him to go build a dungeon for monsters to show up. Like it
Okay,
was just
so
ridiculous.
the
This
ending of the
is
episode,
actually,
it's hmm?
yeah, I was gonna say this is one of the few over quote unquote overarching story because we do see a little bit from previous episodes, small glimpses of um a butler bringing to somebody who
very evil.
the demon lord, the demon king, and he kind
Uh,
of keeps bringing him all these like potions and all these different things that Reggie ends up making. Um, and that's really like the only like small connector pieces, I guess, if you will, which leads into episode 7.
so the Demon King just literally comes by the shop and demands free potions. And it's funny because Reiji's like, I'm not gonna give you any.
He's like, "Don't you know
And
who I
like
am?"
yeah,
He's
he's like,
like,
don't
"I
you know
don't
who I am?
care."
He's like, yeah, I don't care. It's like, this is a business. Like, I don't care
Well,
who
he's like,
you
"I
are.
don't
I'm
care
not.
who you are. I treat everyone the same."
Yeah. And then he's like, and the thing is too, like, Adrian is, he's like a kid. He's just kid.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Oh
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Demon King, but he's like
A
8-year-old
kid.
kid. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like literally like 10-year-old,
Yeah.
right?
So his butler
So like
usually
he's
handles all of
throwing,
this.
yeah, and he's like throwing a tantrum and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any money in the real world, if you will. And his butler was the one who was going out and getting all of the potions for him. But the butler basically was like, "Look, I just think you're getting too addicted to them. So I just
And then
thought
he
it was
threw
your
him in
best interest to not
jail
buy them."
for
Yeah.
three
So he
days.
throws him in jail, and that's when he's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go get potions for myself." So he shows up, and he's like, "Give me potions," and he's like, "Okay, that'll be like this." He's like, "But I don't have any real money for this world. Just just give it to me. 'Cause, this is who I am." He's like, "No." So then he tries to come up with a compromise because he ends up seeing Noella and he immediately falls in love with her and is like,
Uh,
"I want you to
yeah,
be my wife." So his compromise is, okay, I want 2 potions, one for me now and one for her because she's so addicted to the potions. And it was
mm,
hilarious because she's like, "I don't need any. I already have my own." She keeps
yeah.
doing this like the whole
I just
episode.
get
She's
him
like,
from yeah. It's like I just get him
"I
from
just
my
get them from
master for
him. He just
free.
makes
Like it
them."
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
like
Yeah.
I don't really care. So he runs off and all like mad, and then he comes back with a bag of money.
Three
He
days later,
basically he basically
hmm
says that he was going around town and scaring the townspeople, claiming to be the demon lord, and demanding that they
demanding.
give him money.
But it's funny because in reality, he just looked like a poor kid begging for money, and it's
Yeah,
like almost like they felt
they
bad
just
for
gave him
him. So
chump
they
change. Yeah, they
yeah
just gave him
yeah
chump change.
exactly.
And it was hilarious because Reggie kept saying that. It's like, "This is not even enough for one potion. This is all chump change." He's like, "Here." He's like, "I don't want your pity potion." "Oh no, here, take it, take it." He's like, "No, if I accept that means I'm pathetic." "Oh, here, take your potion." He keeps like bullying him until he like actually takes it.
So Ed, so now Asia apparently comes by, and now it's like the Demon King is now working at the shop on weekends, and he asked Reggie to help resurrect the past demon lord so he can take over the world.
And he declines. Like it's one of those things where it's so it's so stupid to me because it's like realistically with the amount of morals, quote unquote, that Reggie displays, it's like what would make the demon lords think like this person would actually help? To be honest, like okay, create a potion to resurrect all these people. No. Okay. How about medicine that kills all humans? That would be a weapon. It's like these conversations are like so tiring on him.
And he's like, I will give you half the world when I conquer it. And he's like, yeah, but you haven't done that yet. You're like, you're not really offering something. You're like,
Well, he also points
that
out
might
too.
never
He's like,
happen either.
well, he also points out. He's like, why wouldn't you just give half it to the people who's actually fighting for you to make that dream happen? It's like, why would you just give it all to me? It just got to seem stupid. But the whole thing is like his compromise for the potions is okay. Give me a potion and Noella, like as if it's like this thing that he can buy kind of thing. Um,
So
so
at the end of
he
this,
refuses to believe.
mm,
Yeah, so the Demon King basically refuses to believe that Noella doesn't like him, even though she tells him several times, "I don't like you." He
and
doesn't
is
think
just
that's
flat
her
out
true
ignoring.
feelings.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
just ignoring him and everything. So he wants to know what her true feelings and thoughts are, right?
yeah.
So
So
he asks for like a truth serum potion,
yeah,
something like
if
that.
you will. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Reggie does it. He ends up coming up with the potion. So he gets Noella to drink it, and basically all of her thoughts are exactly what she's saying. Like they're exactly the same. Like there is no difference. And every time she says a word, he just like keeps flying back into the wall, like getting slammed into the wall because he's so like,
He's getting
no,
defeated
it's crushing
verbally.
me.
He's
Yeah,
verbally getting defeated.
my
Yeah,
favorite
I
part of the episode, and I laughed so much through this, is Mina ends up taking a sip of it. Like she ends up drinking part of it. She's like, oh, this actually tastes good, and she like drinks it. Her thoughts keep scaring everyone because she'll talk and she'll be like, oh, what was he doing laying on the ground? And her voice like, oh, what's he doing laying on the ground? She's like, are we on the clock? What the hell is he doing slacking? No, like, what is this? And she's like, oh, are you guys almost done? I gotta go cook dinner. She's like, yeah, that's right. I got a lot of stuff to do. I gotta cook and do laundry.
like hurry
No,
up. Yeah,
no, we'll do
exactly.
that for you. We'll do that for you. Don't worry, we'll do that for you.
And she's
Like,
like, "Why the
oh,
heck are you
yeah,
guys acting weird?" And she's like,
yeah,
and then in her mind, she's like, "Yeah, that's right. It's about time you guys help out."
yeah. It was just hilarious. The back and forth between them. Okay, I will admit, given her past previous quote unquote thoughts she has, because we don't actually hear her thoughts, where you feel like picture Renji like having an affair with the Lord's wife. And they keep asking her, like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking in your head? She's like, starts blushing, like, nothing. Oh, I'm not thinking about anything. I thought they were going to go way worse than they did. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I thought
no,
they were
I
going to
like
go in a different direction.
they went with the not Sendere. No, it's not really like that, right? It's they went with the almost like the the Japanese kindness thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We're just like, oh yeah, we'll help you out, and then we're just like a stupid foreigner. I can't believe this.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Or it's like, oh my god, that outfit looks so good on you. Oh, it's so unique. Really in the head, like, that's ugly. That looks stupid on you.
Exactly, exactly.
So yeah, that's not where I thought they were gonna go with it. But yeah, it was just a hilarious way to end the episode. And then we jump into episode 8, where he ends up building a doll of Noella for the Demon King
Yeah.
to stop her from harassing Noella. It's so weird. It was just so weird. So then,
So this was definitely an interesting episode. So Elaine has a problem with her father, the king.
the
Well, like the
Lord,
Lord of the yeah,
yeah,
and her father was wondering why she was avoiding him, and Reiji was like, oh well, you know, at her age, like he was just chalking up to like, oh, puberty, like in this
yeah,
age, you know, girls kind of like, you know, they just kind of don't want to be as close to their fathers anymore, or something like, right, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he makes odorless body soap because they're like, oh, maybe because you smell bad or something.
Yeah, well, it was hilarious because like he kind of explains the story to Reggie, and Reggie in his head is like, "Yeah, yeah, no wonder she's avoiding you." Like he's like
Yeah,
waving her
you came into
pantsuit in
her
her
room and it's
face.
like, oh yeah,
She's like holding her
your
pantsuit, like, "What are
pantsuit
these? What are these?"
your
He's like, "Yeah,"
pantsuit
and I
was in
explained to
my
her,
laundry. Yeah,
yeah, and I
exactly.
explained to her that this wasn't appropriate for her age to wear. I didn't like it. They weren't appropriate. He's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even talking to her like this? Like,
Uh,
so so he
yeah,
ended up making the soap.
if my Tosan ever came to me, it was like, "Oh yeah, here are your pants." You're like, "Why do you have those?" I would be
Yeah. And it's hilarious.
like, "What are you doing?"
Um,
I know.
so he ended up making a soap to kind of make him smell better, if you will.
I put
Um,
after the king took a bath, he became hot.
well, it's hilarious because he comes out, and it was hilarious because Reggie even looks at him. He's like, "Wait a minute, why did the soap make him handsome?" Like, because he the Lord goes to like shaves too. He's like he shaves off his mustache and he like slicks his hair back and he like it was hilarious.
You know, he reminded me of Mr. Yoshi from Shinji from, oh my god, that one show. Oh my god, with the girls and the guns. The goodness recoil.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, it kind of looks like Shinji a bit. But anyway, this
Yeah,
next
so
part
as
is
soon as he
hilarious
sees his
because now they
daughter,
act out this ridiculous scene where they're just
well, as
like,
soon as he sees his daughter, he like lunges at her like saying, "Daisuke," and he's like, and then he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, he like grabs hold of her. He's like, "What do you do? Like, you're weird." And then she ends up calling him like a weird old pervert. It was, yeah. Then they do this ridiculous role play where he's like acting like this villain, like, "Oh, haha, yeah, I'm gonna steal her. What are you gonna
yeah,
do?"
do
It's
the
like this. It was so ridiculous. So yeah, they end up. He's like end up like playing along with her. They get her to play, kind of play along with it, and then he kind of expresses his true feelings about how he kind of feels a little bit neglected. He misses the fact that like her being around and not being so cold with him, and then she ends up like diving towards him and like makes up. They kind of make up kind of thing, and then that's basically
So
where that ends.
yeah, in the next part,
Which is even more
again,
ridiculous of a scenario, just in general.
Mina gets sick.
How a ghost gets sick is
She's a
beyond me.
ghost. I just don't get it. And so she
So
wants to
she's
be
in bed
fed, of
sick.
course. Yeah,
Yeah,
because she likes to be spoiled sometimes. And she was very sickly when she was alive. Like she had like disease, and she
yeah.
ended up dying before her mother, right? And Reggie um makes like this potion thing
It's like a
for
3 minute revive, is what he
yeah, it
calls it.
revives her mother for like 3 minutes, and you see the struggle that her mom had with like, her mom was like angry, like, why won't you get better? We're running out of money. We can't really like pay for cure. Like, we don't know the doctors don't know what's wrong with you. And like, almost kind of like blaming Mina for like her sickness and stuff like
That's
that.
that was her perspective. She felt like it was like a blame kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but then we see, and it's not so much like she's having a conversation with her mother per se, but it's like her
No,
mother's
she
like
just kind
acting
of,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
she's
just
like
see her
watching
mother's
it,
like
right?
thoughts and like how
Yeah,
she like thought and her life
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah. So she kind of
But she was
explains that it
also
was more.
she was like really strong. Like, yeah, it was more like personal. Like, I can't do anything for my child, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was a despair of like why isn't she like it's not so much like I'm blaming her, but it's like I just want her to be better. Like why isn't it working? And it's just a
Hmm.
frustration with the thought of losing your child, right? And it was just that kind of like that panic where it's like hurry up, get better, please get better, please let this work. And it's more of like those like desperation cries, right? But to her, it was more like she felt it was like she hated me. I was a burden to her. Like she was just wanting me to die rather than her, right?
Hmm.
And then it's kind of more revealed, like no, that wasn't the case. It was just again that, like I said, that frustration, right? And then that's when she kind of comes with a bit of closure on the whole situation with her mother. I do like this particular scene of the anime. Um, I think this one particular scene is probably one of the better ones out of the entire anime. just in general, from a story perspective, from the emotional side of it, pretty much
Like
just a lot of
character
this stuff.
growth, kind of
Yeah,
too. I really like this because like her mother has like this brooch, the one that they found, and she was gonna give
yeah,
her it on her wedding day, right? Because
yeah,
that's what her mother did. I thought this was like actually really cute, like moment at the end of the anime
yeah.
here,
Like I
at
said, it was a
the
nice little
episode. I was
tie-in.
like, it was,
Yeah,
yeah, it was like one of the good, like I said, character development sort of like
yeah, yeah.
closure, like story arcs that they like wrote. I know it's just like in a singular, like it was only in like half episode, but like the brooch came back, so I was like, okay, a little bit, like maybe. Like I said in the beginning of this episode of the podcast, it was like there are small tie-ins, but for the most part, every episode's kind of like their own thing. But this was one of the ones that they did, and it actually was really, really good for my opinion.
Well,
So
like,
that's kind of
but
how
like
this
the thing
episode.
is too. Well,
Mm,
and the thing is too is like generally, even if you never watched any other episode, you could still watch this one and understand it. Like there was nothing from even
yes.
like the previous ones that were like a little bit more backstory of her. Like it's not like they were showing these moments of backstories building up to this. It was just this. Like you just immediately jumped into this, right? So, and and, and again, it resolves at the end of this. We don't go
Hmm.
back to it. We don't cover it again. Like there's no more of this thing, right? It's like
This might
it
have been
starts
my
with this
favorite
episode,
episode.
it builds up, and then that's it.
Well, the thing is, like, the beginning of this episode was ridiculous, right?
Oh yeah,
But the back
100%.
half was like really good. And there were
Well,
times
that
I'm
and
like,
that's exactly it.
there were times throughout like certain episodes I'm like, oh, I really like the second half of this episode, or I really
Yeah,
like the first half of this episode. There was a lot of up and down with this anime.
yeah. So
So
yeah, so then we
episode
jump to episode
9,
9. Yep.
they go on picnic to a lake, and this is neat because Mina was like, oh, we should go to like a lake. I used to go there when I was like younger with my parents, right?
Yep.
Picnic. So she's like, it's fun to like she always does like the cooking and cleaning, right? Mina
Yep.
does. And so she's like, it's kind of nice to like be able to like go out and like make food
Relax
and
a
take
little
it
bit.
somewhere and like relax
Yeah.
somewhere else that's just not in here, right?
So yeah, so they
So
end
they
up
go
going. They go to the
fishing.
lake. Yep.
Mina and Noella are in swimsuits, so this is your like beach episode, right?
It's the beach episode.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so while they are fishing, Reggie catches a water girl named Bibi. Sorry, her name is
TV.
Bibi, and
Yeah, yeah.
she's the
Yep.
spirit of the lake, which is I actually really like her character design a lot. I thought her character design was like super cute. And they share their lunch with her, and she's a spirit that no one believes in anymore, and it's kind of revealed that no one really comes here anymore because it's like right by a forest where all the monsters come, so no one really goes there anymore because like the monsters are there, which is kind of I like it is a little bit sad, right? It was
Well,
even weirder
he
when she started
explains.
to.
Well, as she explains, because she was the spirit of the lake, people used to treat her almost like a god, where they thought
Yeah,
she was a god of the lake. So they used to come by and bring her offerings,
like food and stuff like that. Yeah.
food and stuff like that, and then she would sit and eat it. But then they got mad because they weren't getting anything in return from her. Because
Mm.
they kept saying their prayers like, "Give me rain, give me good harvest, give me all this stuff," right? And then
Mhm.
she says, she's like, I'm not actually a god, like I can't do any of that. But they kept coming by and giving me stuff. So she kind of explained how like she's hungry because all of her food dependency was on them because they were
Mhm.
giving her everything. Which again, I don't understand why a ghost even needs food to begin with. But because the humans started coming less and less because they just didn't believe in her anymore, that's
Is
when the
she a
monsters
ghost or is she
overtook the
like a water
forest.
being? I don't think she's like
She's like a
ghost.
I don't know. She calls herself a water spirit, so I'm just like, I don't know. What does that even mean? I don't.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
She started
I
evaporating and they threw her back into the lake, which was
know.
hilarious.
I was gonna say I don't know. We got the other ghosts wearing wool pantsuits, so I mean I don't know what are we doing like, like what are we honestly doing here?
Everyone
So
should wear. I'm not gonna
I'm
say
not
that
gonna wear
actually.
wool
I'm
pantsuit.
not
No,
gonna
no,
say that on
no.
record. I'm not saying that on record. Actually, I'm just gonna.
Why everyone needs to wear pantsuit?
No.
So yeah, so she basically says that once they stop giving her food, that's when when they stop coming to the lake, that's where the monsters overtook everything. So they all go and they decide to have this fishing contest. So they're all gonna team up together and catch fish. It was hilarious because like Noella is paired off with Mina,
Mina?
and they're like the stars catching everything. And then the demon lord, or the demon king, he's like literally swimming in the lake and just batting them out. And then he's proud of Vivi because she got one fish. So he looks over and he sees like they've got like 15, he's got like 10, and they're like, oh no, we gotta catch up. They have this little competition. In the end, they catch like almost like 75 fish between the three of them, and then they'll just give them to her. As like, here, we're not gonna eat them all, so here you might as well just keep them, because she says how she can't catch fish, which is her biggest problem. That's why she can't
And
eat.
yeah, Bibi is really happy at the end of this episode because she finally has friends, and then of course in true fashion, everyone they meet has to become part-time worker at the shop for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, basically. So she says how
So
she'd want to. She says she wants to, but she can't. She can't leave the lake because she needs to be cool. So then, of course, he thinks of the cooling gel that he made, um, and he gets her to rub it on, and it allows her to actually be away from the lake now. So she's like, "Oh, cool! I'm
mhm.
gonna start working at the store."
So at the end of the
Um,
episode, Porter, or the next part of the episode, Porter,
yeah,
Mina, and Annabelle, they ask Luigi to make hair removal like thing.
cream something. Hmm.
Yeah. So again, why a ghost is needing hair removal cream or like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, so
So yeah,
of course, in true fashion, Noada uses it on her tail.
okay. To be fair, in her case, I knew it was coming. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew.
Yeah, of course.
But that being said, they didn't fully explain to her what it was. They called it a beauty product, like a beauty cream. It makes you beautiful. It's how they were
Hmm.
explaining it to her, right? So for her perspective, I can understand, this is what they're saying. I'm gonna try it too, right? I can understand
It's
that a little bit.
it's kind of like the thing where like an 8-year-old girl gets into her mother's makeup and tries putting it on, and it looks ridiculous. That's
Yeah,
kind of like the same thing. It's like it's cute and funny how like she's trying to be like, putting on the makeup,
mature
but
like
it's like
them.
exactly
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But
but
at
it
the same
ends up
time, it's
removing
like,
part of her tail, and she looks
yeah,
ridiculous.
she did look ridiculous. So he's like, well, if I can make hair removal cream, I guess I can make hair growth cream
Yeah,
or thing or whatever. So he uses that, and then like no one obviously gets her tail back at the ending of the episode. But
yeah.
again, I struggle with like. Also, we forgot to mention so far, but like when he like makes something, he does this stupid dance
Yep.
with like this little song and this little dance thing. Like he's just chopping like vegetable or whatever, and he's like shaking like these boulders and stuff like that. It's like there's no explanation on what the ingredients are. There's no explanation on like that's my biggest problem with all of this is like there's no real overall explanation on like how he's making it, what he's using. He just kind of makes these products. So
Does he have a crafting skill? Does he not? How does he have all this? Like what? Like we don't know anything because again, like they never explain any of his backstory. We know he's Isekai,
yeah,
but it never like explains like what he did in his past, how he got here. Like there's nothing up to this point that explains anything. We don't know half the time. Like I said, outside of the 1 to 2, maybe 3 times, it shows him going. It shows him starting to wander around foraging for things, but like you don't. They don't really touch back on it. They don't really showcase anything. He just magically has everything in his shop whenever he needs it. Um, Uh, exactly. Like no matter what he thinks of, like literally, he'll be like, okay, uh, what are we doing? Hair removal, perfect. And he just runs into a shop and he's like, oh, la, la, da, 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 stupid dance, stupid dance. Here's the potion. And like it never explained. Like he just immediately, like no matter what time he runs in, like it's midnight, he runs into his shop. He's like, oh, I gotta make this thing. Da 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 da. There, it's made. Like he just magically
I
has everything in his shop. Like no matter
I
what he's trying to
do
craft.
I do sort of wish he was like he would be like, I was like, okay, I need a little bit of like, just make up some weird herb name. Like it doesn't matter. Like this would have been a great time to like expand the world, like right world
A
building.
little
Where
bit.
like, oh, they have like these weird like ingredients and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, well, this spice is kind of like this one spice back home, and I can use this, right? And it will help like make you smell better or something like just
Well, yeah,
some
because like
things. He's like,
half the
oh,
stuff
I
he's
wish,
creating,
and there's other
like
times
half
where
the
I'm
stuff
like,
he's creating is stuff that's in the real world, like soap, glue.
exactly, yeah.
Like
Mhm. So I
it,
wish he could have been like, "Oh, I wish I had more of this, but I'm gonna have to make it work." And like, "Oh, I only have a limited amount of this, so like I can only make small amount of like this
well, that's
particular
just it. He
product."
could have said,
But no,
oh.
he just is able to make all this stuff all the time, as much as
Oh
he
yeah,
wants,
that's just it.
whenever he
Like,
wants.
oh yeah, like you said, like even if they were like, yeah, okay, if I mix Cinnabark with Wolf Bite and Ravenger flower, oh yeah, I think this could work. Like just something. Like even if
Mhm.
he's just writing a list, oh, okay, I need this, and then him like running out of the store. Even if they didn't want to show him gathering, just like just something that indicates anything rather than he just magically has everything, does a little dance, and there it's made. Like, because
Exactly.
that's literally all it is. And
So
it's funny
episode. Mm,
because the girls show up and they're like, "Oh, can we help?" He's like, "Yeah, come on." And then he does his dance as he's mixing things, so the girls start dancing with him, and then that's it. It doesn't show them helping. It doesn't show them do anything. Like,
so episode 10 begins with Annabelle holding like some kind of boot camp.
yeah, it was training.
Yeah. Again, I don't know why. But Mina and
No idea.
Noella, like apparently are there, uh, and they having her them. They start by running around the town. I like how Mina like puts Annabelle in her place. Like you shouldn't really just talk down to people like that. It's not really good motivation and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
you shouldn't call us ant and dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And BB is also there. So they're instructed to do like sit-ups and physical work. So Reiji was also like dragged along into it. He's like, "Wait, I'm not even agreeing to doing it. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, you can't make me do this." He's like, "You're part of the crew now. You have to run with them. You have to run with everyone and like do the workout." And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna create like a muscle strengthening medicine." Which is hilarious because it helps build muscle after a workout, and Noada like drink it. So does Mina, and they get like absolute like buffed up,
They
and
just become
Noana,
bodybuilders. It's hilarious.
yeah, and Noana's like, "Oh yeah, my biceps are talking to me." I'm like,
I can hear them. And then Mina's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. My abs are talking to me too." She's like rubbing her stomach. It's like, what are we doing?
again, this was one of those like plot twists. It's like, why?
Why? Yeah,
There's no point for this. This is
literally.
ridiculous. Like, this does nothing for the story. This is like, what are we doing here?
I know.
So after all that ridiculousness end,
Mm.
Noada. Oh, I'm sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. Eiji is like still all about like loving Noada.
Noella. Yeah.
And so Reiji apparently, I guess, like, oh, it's because you maybe smell bad. Again, I don't know what it is with people just smelling bad and stuff like that, right?
Well, I
Um,
think it's because like he's trying to say like Noella is a dog, essentially.
yeah,
So she
yeah.
has like a hyper smell, right? So he's like, well, maybe she just doesn't like how you smell.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there's something that kind of like gives off like a bad thing to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, well, okay, let's find out. Let's find out information. Let's see what kind of smell she likes. So he goes.
And
He's
of
like,
course,
so Noella, what kind of smell do you like? She's like, you master, of course.
yeah. So now he makes Reichi makes this gene fluid, which now he's like putting his genes in into Eiji, and I was like,
Yeah, and it's like this
what
potion
what
thing
are
that's
we
gonna
what are we
make
doing?
him smell like him. Like,
What?
I know.
Why? This was like so ridiculous.
So they
And then they
use it, and then
mm,
they make Noella try to guess,
yeah, by
blindfolded.
blindfolding her on which one smells, and she's actually confused by the smell, like she couldn't figure it out, right? By the scent.
Right away.
Well, no, she even says like, "Oh, I actually don't know. I still can't. Like, it's not even the scent. Like, she didn't notice them by the scent, but because Ajin was panting when he got near
Yeah,
her, right? So like, just because he was panting and Reiji was not panting, she's like, "Oh, that's how I knew it was not him," right?
yeah, yeah,
And at the end of the episode, you find that Eiji and Noella start getting along a little bit better, right? And stuff. I say, okay, that's kind of
yeah.
neat.
Because he kind of explains like, why can't you guys be friends and like just play along as friends and kind of thing. And she's like, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, that's pretty
So
much where that ends.
I think episode 11 is funny, where Porter, Eiji, BB, they all just coming around the shop, just all at lunchtime on purpose,
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't
So he
they
keeps
don't want
he
to get
keeps
food
calling
for
them out on it.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Mm.
He's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, what is this?" So then, eventually, Paula just stops coming,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they start getting worried. So Mina and him, they start getting worried that it's, by the fact that she's not there. So he ends up, okay, I'll go check her out. I'll go to her shop and kind of check up on her. So he ends up going in and he ends up checking in on her, and she kind of explains that she's studying for her license renewal that she has to do every
Mm-hmm.
2 years apparently, and she basically starts begging him to make her a potion to allow her to pass. She basically explained it was hilarious. She's like, "I did a mock exam and I got a two. I got a 2 out of 20 out of 100. Because I need to get like a 70 to pass, something like that.
85. 85.
85. That's what it was.
I wrote it
85.
down.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, okay. She's like, wait,
I was
I
exaggerating. I
I
only
was
did 10 out
exaggerating. I
of
was get a
100.
10. She's like, there's just a lot. There's a lot to remember. There's so much. So he's like, well, when he goes, I don't know if I can make it in time. This is the thing again that irritates me is he says this every time there's any kind of a request of him to do anything. Like if it's not just him making stuff, like he gets an idea, ooh, he just does his dance and whips it up. Anyone else is, oh, I don't know, oh god, oh, I don't. I was gonna take like a week. Oh, I don't know. It's gonna take me so long. And then they go like, well, can't you just do it? And he's like, all right, fine. I'll have it by tomorrow. Like he always just like, or he just runs home and just does it right away. It's like always the same every single time. So Paula basically explains, well, the test is tomorrow. She's like, oh, okay. He's
Yeah.
like, let me. I'll have something for you by tomorrow morning then. Like, and then he like after complaining, saying it would take him like a week. So then he rushes home. He runs past the girls and he goes in. He
Does
ends
just
up making
dance.
something. Yeah, does his dance while the girls can, stand around, dance with him for support. I guess. Um, so he gives it to. He ends up giving it to Noella. Gets her to run off to deliver it, and he explains it's a potion that allows the person to remember everything they've learned for a 24-hour period.
Which again, like, let's be honest, wouldn't really help her because, like, okay, she passes the test, she gets her license, then someone comes in and asks her a question, and she's like, "What?"
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
about that item. Yeah,
I
exactly. It's
don't
like,
know.
so it's like, yeah, it will help her pass the test, which she does. But in retrospect, it's like it's not really like it's not very good, right?
Yeah. When she could have just been studying.
And then so Potter comes by, trying to give Reggie a kiss for thanking
As a
her.
thank you.
Yeah, and then Noada stops, like interrupts, and was like, "No, you can't kiss, Master. No
No kissing
kissing.
master.
Yeah,
And then
no
of course the
kissing."
loser he is like, huh? What? She was trying to kiss me? Like, who pouts their lips? Who puckers their lips and leans towards a person's face? And you see this and go, oh, I wonder what they're doing. Or is it gonna whisper something at my cheek? Like, I don't understand what his thought process was as to what he thought she was going to do. Like,
And this is another. This is
another
this
ridiculous
actually.
ending.
This might be my anime hot take this week. Actually, just the oblivious to like. I get it. Sometimes like it's hard to understand like if someone like is hitting on you or if someone likes
Yeah.
you. It is hard. But if someone is trying to give you a kissu, I'm sorry, but there is no reason for you to just be stupid.
Unless you're Kazuha.
No, if you're casual, you just end up masturbating.
Yeah.
From Rent a
So,
Girlfriend, which I'm
yeah.
sure like if you if you make it to this part of the episode, you are strong-willed. I'm always like,
So,
every time we record and we get this far, and I'm like, I wonder how many people. I wonder if we could just start saying like the things that are not even pertaining to this, because I wonder how many people actually make it this far into our
yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
But if you do make it this far, we are very thankful, actually. So we
So,
okay.
we go
Again,
through the
this next
ending.
part is also equally as ridiculous.
Yeah. So, so Mina and Vivi.
Hi. Sorry.
So Mina and Vivi
Sorry.
basically go to him and complain about the sun and the dangers of it and they're getting sunburnt. So he comes up with a lotion to put on to
Okay.
protect them from the sun. So
Okay.
basically sunscreen. But it's like,
That is not what happened.
oh, that's close enough. That's basically what happens.
Bibi comes and she's like, I wish my skin was clear and beautiful like Mina. And
Yeah.
again, I'm like, of course it is clear and
She's a ghost.
beautiful. She is ghost. Again, what are we doing here?
Well, yeah. So
Like,
he thinks,
it
oh,
makes
it's the
sense.
sun. It's the sun that's
Yeah.
making you dark. So let's get sunscreen. And it's weird because then you have Mina who's like, oh yeah, this is great. Let me put some on too. And I'm like, why? Why does the ghost need sunscreen? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's so stupid. So she ends up, her skin ends up becoming like, I don't know, like jelly, I guess. Like it's jello.
It's
So
like
you
all like,
poke
yeah,
my
it's like
face.
so it's like glossy and like,
It's fur, like
yeah,
squishy, like squishy
yeah,
fern.
squishy.
So
Mhm.
she's like, so he's like touches it. And he's like, oh man, she can't do it again. He's like, oh, this is so great. He's like poking her, and he's like, oh, I could get addicted to this. It's like, what are we doing? So
So
then
of course,
Noella gets jealous
in true fashion, of course, Noetta uses like all the product,
on
right?
her face
And
to
he's
get
like,
the same
"You
kind of
use too
feel.
much." He's like, "You use too much of it." Again, if you have someone who is like this around you, and you constantly let them just continue to make the same mistake again and again and again,
Yeah,
at some point, it is they like you as the like guardian are
yeah.
the problem. You are the
Well,
problem.
she says it. Mina says it all the time. You're babying her too much. You baby her. And this is why she
Mhm.
acts like this all the time, because you just allow her to just do whatever she wants
I forgot
with
that
no
was also in the
consequences.
episode with the split personality thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, she says it even without the split personality. It's just they actually start to take her serious because of how scary she was.
Yeah.
So then we jump into episode 12.
Just before that,
Oh,
the
sorry.
medicine made its word around town, and now all the girls are asking for sunscreen now. So there's that again.
Every product he does is like that. It's all like this hit success. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, episode 12, Ferris stops by and she's like inviting all the town folk for a party at the castle as appreciation for everything they've done, like,
yeah,
for the town and the kingdom and like whatever. Deji thinks back to, so this is finally when we kind of get like
a
his
little
Isekai
backstory.
moment.
Yeah,
Don't make backstory the final episode because like half the time we're wondering why can he make this stuff, like whatever. It's like,
yeah,
and this kind of at least explains a little bit of it. It's never really even said how he just got isekai. He's just like in the middle of the street praying and how much he hates his life. He's like, I don't like this life. I want to be like, I wish I was like in another world, like classic. You
yeah,
don't see him get hit by a car. You don't like. He's just on the ground and then he's just teleported.
there. Yeah,
It again is just weird.
yeah, basically, yeah, 100%. So most of the early parts of this is just then like getting ready and getting set up for this party at the manor, essentially.
Mina and Noella, they want Reiji was like, oh, I'm gonna go, but I'm not gonna dress up, and they're like, oh no, you should dress up, it'll be fun. Like we never dress up. I'm like, he's always kind of
Yeah,
like more dressed up. Like he's like shop owner.
always
So
dress.
what are you
He's
talking
always
about?
almost always in like dress pants and dress shirt. Like,
So I don't. Again, that was
it,
okay, wrong.
yeah, it was annoying to me because like they literally see him like put on a suit. So he wears Mina's father's suit, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he wears it, and then they're all like, "Oh, oh my God, we've never seen you dressed up. Oh, I've never seen you in a suit. Oh my God!" It's like
It's like,
literally all he
yeah,
did was throw on
you
a
see,
jacket. He throws
yeah.
on a jacket and then a stupid little fluff tie, and like that, like that's it. That's all he does. It's like, what are we doing? And he combs his hair differently for the party. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's his outfit change. And apparently he's Superman now. He just tosses on a tie and a jacket and combs his hair, and nobody knows who he is. He's all different.
So the mercenary group comes by, and they were like,
Making fun of one of the
we
guy.
yeah, so they basically want medicine to help them with their alcohol tolerance because they want to go to the party, but they also want to show like how
Yeah,
much they can drink, I guess. So he makes a medicine that protects against hangovers and alcohol-related sicknesses.
yeah.
I would like one, please. One, please.
For which part? The hangovers?
No, the alcohol tolerance. Are you kidding me? I just sit. If I could sip sake all day, oh yeah, it'd be
Oh,
great.
and especially for you, because they literally have all you can drink sake bars.
Oh yeah, I definitely go. Yeah, I go to Tokyo, and then I go to yeah, I'd be like, and it's all day. Like as long
Yeah.
as you don't leave, you can stay there. I'm like,
Hmm.
they're like, how are you not drunk yet? This medicine's great. This medicine's
I remember,
great.
I remember looking it up, and it's not even that expensive either. So,
Oh, it's really it's competitive. It's like it's really cheap.
yeah. So yeah, so he kind of comes up with the potion for them, and then again, it's just they go through like looking at each other in their outfits. I will say Nina's outfit is probably the best. Like she's the one who looks the best out of this whole thing, out of all of them.
Yeah, it's really cute because Mina is also like the most excited. She's like, oh, I haven't been to a
Yeah,
party in like I've been alone for 100 years, so
150
like this is
years.
gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So the funny thing is too, like, the clothes are like worn and like old, right? So he makes
yeah.
a quick cleaning solution uh to make the clothes perfectly clean again.
So laundry soap.
I thought this is funny because Eiichiro's butler is looking for him, and
Yeah.
Porter is helping. It's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where he is. Like, follow me. He's always here. And again, it's like the butler. I don't understand how he just does not know like where he is at all times. Because like he only talked about one thing. Why
He
don't you just
only
go
knows of
there?
one place. That's
I
what I
just don't
mean.
understand it.
Like, yeah. That to me, I was like, that should have been his first spot that he went to. Especially with like, he's addicted to these potions. He's always talking
Mhm.
about these potions. There's only one person who basically sells them. Why wouldn't I just go there first? Has the young master been here looking for these things? Like, like what are we doing? So yeah,
So
they go to
what
the
is it?
party. Yeah, they go to
Well,
the party.
Well, Reiji like when he puts on the suit, this is kind of where he gets his flashback to his old life,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he's like, "Oh, I
yeah, yeah,
hated wearing like stuff like this, right?" And like
yeah,
having to go to work and working long hours of his old life as a typical businessman.
yeah.
Though Mina and nobody thinks he looks great, and Paula shows up with his butler. His butler's name is Beryl. Uh, and like was super impressed with how Reggie handles Asia. Like, oh, I don't know how you're doing that so easily.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like ridiculous, and yeah, there's not much else. Honest to God,
They go to the
they go to
party.
the
Everyone
party,
fawns
and
out.
when they
Everyone
wait,
fawns
yeah,
over him.
everyone fawns over Reggie because like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's the man who makes, wow, isn't that
The
the man who
beauty,
makes
the
the
beauty's
beauty
products.
products? And they're like, oh yeah, that's like, yeah, he makes that's him. Oh my gosh, everyone's talking about him. So he gets surrounded by
Yeah.
all the girls. I really enjoyed like everyone's outfit. I thought was like cute for the most part. I actually really like Annabelle's outfit. I was like, "Whoa, they made
Yeah.
her look like
Annabelle's
so
outfit was good too.
pretty."
Yeah.
I thought it was like really nice look, honestly, for her. I wish we
And
saw her
that's it.
dress up more like that throughout the anime.
Yeah.
Edgy, I like Edgy. Like he shows up to the party late, and he's like, he's like knocked, he's knocked
He's
out
locked out.
of the gate. Yeah, it's a little
But
bit
don't worry,
sad.
he's got his Noella doll that he's kissing.
Yeah, he did have the doll. And then everyone is dancing at the end and is just happy, and that's basically it. There's
Yeah,
not much.
that's
There's
pretty
literally
much it.
nothing else to say. Uh,
No.
okay, I'm just gonna get to the point. Actually, real quick, the animation, I just wasn't a big fan of it. It just, I don't know. It just felt like it was missing something to make it good. It's also hard to really like get into the animation of a show when you just actively aren't too thrilled about like the story or lack thereof in this. Uh,
Realistically, throughout this entire story, you only realistically see four places. To be honest with you, because you see his
yeah.
shop, you see the Bunny Tavern, you see the Manor, and then you see Paula's shop. I mean that's basically it. Like you don't realistically see much of anything else.
Well,
He's
fine.
rarely
You see
walking the
like
roads.
small parts outside.
Yeah,
Exactly.
small
Like there
parts of the
was
city and
no.
small
I would
parts
have
of
loved
like
to
the road.
see, and that's the thing is, I would have loved to see more like of the town, like more like background shots of the town, like just seeing like town folks doing stuff. Just even if it's just like
Well, just anything. Like
just
more of the
anything.
fields,
Exactly.
more. Like I said, I think that's where they spent too much time talking about just banal nothing, just nothing. That they could have
Exactly.
showcased a little bit more, like just more of his collecting, more of like, it
And
reminds me so much. It reminds me so much of Shield Hero season two, where season two they
ooh,
focus too much on kill kill the summon, plot for the summon, kill the summon. That they forgot the charm of the first season, which was a lot of it was him training with, the training arc, the building, the trying to avenge
building back
himself.
his
Like
reputation, stuff like
like
that.
they focus a
Exactly.
lot more on the training and a lot of the additional things rather than the
Mm-hmm.
overall grand story. Whereas I think this one here is it's a similar thing, is where they just focus too much on nothing instead of actually like building an actual story around the three of them
yeah, that was the problem. It's
more.
like at least like Shield Hero season 2, there was at least a grand overarching story, like a
Oh yeah,
grand villain.
but that's the problem.
This
Is
one
this
had
didn't have
nothing.
it.
This one
That's
had
what I mean.
nothing.
So really, the nothingness that they're doing, it just really draws away and doesn't benefit anything for the anime,
And I'm
and it
glad that
really
you
does take
mentioned that
away.
they. I'm glad that you mentioned the lack of locations because
Yeah,
again, that also then just coincides with the music, where if there's not new locations, there's not really any change in the music. The music was just okay. The opening
well, that's
song I
just it.
wasn't too. The opening song was okay. Kokoro Haeru was the opening song, and the ending song was Mainichi Kaisaimashi Pharmacy. It's just like okay, like neither of those songs were too like I they didn't stick with me.
Yeah.
So real quick, I will let you know that I gave this anime a 6.4 out of 10. So it's probably one of our lowest. I think that might be the lowest score I've given so far on this podcast. Or actually, I don't think I've gave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
something
I
else
think
also
it's
was at
close. It's very
6.4.
close.
Yeah, I think two. I have had two in the sixes so far,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah.
yeah, this one I honestly, I will be honest with you. I don't think I will ever watch this anime ever again.
Oh no,
I'm just
no,
gonna be honest with you. Like
no,
unless the only reason I ended up watching was for podcast though. But yeah, I was just not a big fan of it.
no. There was just too many detractors from it. Like I said, it's okay to have like the slow burn animes. Like it's okay to have these, but like at least have a grand story that you're working towards. Um, Whereas like this just was just a whole lot of nothing, just for nothing. And like I said, like I wish they showcased more of them doing stuff together. Like the moments like with him shopping and stuff, like have moments with them gathering, have moments of them, going around the town, walking, showcasing things. But again, it's like they don't. So it starts off with like, okay, we're gonna go buy a knife. Okay, they start walking down the street. All right, we're here at the shop now, and then that's it. It's like they time skip everything in this. It's like you don't really see much of anything. Like he just like immediately he's right there at the shop. So you see the city for like the town for like a brief second, and then he's walking into the shop, and then that's it. So it's like they're not showing anything. Like you see like the grand field. Okay, we're gonna go get this knife. Okay, we're here now, and like that's it. And then it's like okay, let's go back home. All right, Mina, we're home now, and then they're just immediately at home. It's like they're not showcasing anything really that a lot of the stuff has to offer. So I wish they would have done more of this. I wish they did incorporate a lot more of the stuff. They had a great background cast. They utilized it well enough. It's just I wish they had something that they were working towards. I wish they had something. I would have even liked it if it was like the Demon King was actually trying something, and they had to try to come up with something to stop him. Like I wish there just would have been something. But again, there was just a whole lot of nothing. For me, I'm about the same. I'm like 6'5", 6'6", so it I'm in around the same kind of mark. Like I said, it was funny at the very least. There was a lot of funny moments, but again, it just wasn't enough to kind of overlook all the detractors from it.
And that concludes this episode of the Maple and Bob Blossom podcast. Though, thank you so much for watching. You can
Yeah, we
follow us
definitely
on
appreciate
our
everything.
socials. TikTok, Instagram, and uh, sorry, YouTube and Spotify is where you can watch the podcast. Though, if
Yeah.
you're listening to this, then you probably already know that. But yeah,
Yeah, we
definitely
definitely
follow us
appreciate all
on
the support.
TikTok. We post questions every day to kind of interact with the viewers, and we also post little shorts throughout the week. So that's a lot of fun for us too. We love recording those shorts. Those are a lot of fun. We really enjoy doing those ones.
Yeah,
So
we do, and we like the engagement. We like hearing from you guys. You like answering your questions and reading your comments to all of our questions that we ask. So we definitely like to see more of that. We'd like people to kind of keep up with a lot of that kind of stuff. We do appreciate everything. Like I said, we just
hi.
crossed 5,000 views on our YouTube page, and then we just passed 10,000 on TikTok. So again, we're definitely
Yay!
appreciative of everything. So thanks, guys. I think that's it for today's episode. So Maple out.
Bye bye, Matane. See you next time.